This week on the Spotlight, we reintroduce you to Ricky Renteria, new manager of the Chicago White Sox. And then we talk to Dwayne Wade. He's a Bull now. Hard to get my brain around that. I don't know about you. And then we go to the Sock, and we talk to fans and trivia players and smart people. And we congratulate the Cubs in the World Series, first time since 1945, as they play the Indians. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the 29th year of the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They have tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and more. 108th and Kedzie. Lansing Floral Shop, open 8 a.m. daily. Custom silk flowers, Bridgewater candles, great flowers, 708-474-1212. A great floral shop, Lansing Floral. You've got to get to Sheffield's. They got a great trivia game. Wednesday, November 2nd will be the next one, 7:30 p.m. See ya in Dyer. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Wise Owl at Van Buren and Racine. Pizzas, pork sliders, Cuban sandwiches, carrot soup, elote, burgers, tacos, salads, and more. Great cocktails and great bartenders. A tremendous array at the Wise Owl, Van Buren and Racine. See you there. A unique business to Chicagoland is Snappers, seafood and chicken at 115th and Western. They started the franchise in Florida. They have tilapia, perch, catfish, shrimp, conch from the Miami Connection, crab, Philly steak, grilled food, an incredible array, an amazing menu at Snappers, Seafood and Chicken, 115th and Western. We're back on the Spotlight. White Sox have a new manager. It's Ricky Renteria. And there's a lot of good things coming up about this. And among them, I'm convinced, better handling of the pitching staff and more one-on-one conversations with the players. Ricky's a people person, and by his own admission, intense. And he won't stand for lack of effort. He wants 100% effort. And if a guy's in a slump and he's not in the video room, I think Ricky's going to get on his ass, quite frankly. So you're going to see a team that's pushing forward more, all for the same cause. Certainly a couple roster changes, and just a better all handle on things, and very likely a real push for good fundamentals, smarter base running, and better situational hitting. Boy, oh boy.
This is a steady roster, not many free agents on it. As this team finished the season yesterday, when you look at the roster, how competitive of a team should this be?
Well, again, I think that was alluded earlier when Rob was talking about just a new voice. I'm hoping to bring in a little bit more intensity just from just being here and having had conversations throughout. Whatever these guys end up doing, the truth is that whatever team you have, they have to execute. Can this team compete? I think we showed during the earlier part of the year that you could. Did we fall off? Absolutely. Are there things that you can improve upon? No doubt about it. In terms of the players that we had, I think that they showed that they were able to compete. We had a little bit of an opening in the pitching department, which, kind of allowed us to, flutter a little bit. I think with a couple of additions, it's possible to be able to compete, but, every year is different. Sometimes everybody puts together a club, you go into spring training very optimistic about what's going to happen. The one thing that you can assure yourself is that a team must be able to go out there and play the game a certain way. You can't just play as everybody else does in terms of, I'll give you an example, advancing runners or getting guys in from third base. You can't play on the same level as everybody else. You actually have to be better. And that's a challenge for us that we're going to have to overcome. And that's just playing the game.
If I could just throw one more in there, how do you look back on your time with the Cubs and specifically how it ended?
My time with the Cubs was really good, actually. I thought that during the time that we were there, I thought we were able to do a lot with the players that were there. I thought they grew. I thought they ended up continuing to develop as Major League Baseball players. Sometimes when you have a young player, excuse me, at the Major League level, just because they're there doesn't make them a big leaguer, to be honest. The title might be there, but they're still developing who they are. As far as how it ended, there was no hard feelings. In the end, it is what it is. Change occurs. I definitely appreciated the opportunity that was given to me. I wouldn't take that away for anything.
There's been talk here about how this has basically been a month-long process in the making. In the clubhouse or in the dugout, did Robin start, transitioning the power over to you in any way? Or was it just, gee, I hope you get the job and et cetera? Was there any actual more duties handed off to you?
No, we did everything as we had since the beginning. Our routines were the same, our conversations were the same. He was the manager. And I think that to assume anything other than that would be incorrect. We just did it. We did everything we did on a daily basis the same way.
We'll have time for one more question. Come back over to Pat.
Ricky, of the players on the 2016 roster, which ones did you get it off best with? And which ones did you find good communication with, where you could give them a tip or two and you saw it manifest itself on the field?
Actually, I think when you sit down with the whole group and then individually, they were all very open to any conversations you might have. I think that the biggest thing that all of us try to do as coaches or managers, quite frankly, is to try to minimize a lot of the thinking that goes on with the players. It's funny because, I think people realize that when a player doesn't get the job done, he's pretty upset about not having executed an action. It's almost like the best way I can tell you is I was telling these guys a story the other day in the clubhouse. Bases are loaded, 2 outs, 3-2 count. The batter's up there and he whiffs, and everybody gets upset, and he comes in and he's starting to get upset, and I'm going, hey, listen, did you try to strike out in front of the full house with the 3-2 count and the bases loaded and you could have won the ball game right there? Did you try to do that? No, then don't be upset. Because the reality is that most people in the stands, and I know I'm kind of deviating from what the question you asked, but it gets back to just being able to keep it to its simplest form. The player comes in upset that he didn't get the job done. My question is, was your approach the approach that you wanted to have in the at-bat, or was it something that you were consuming yourself other than what you were doing? Most players' answer is similar. In some instances, some guys will tell you they were thinking about the crowd. Some people will tell you that I needed to get a hit. Some people, whatever the case might be. In which case, it's telling me that his approach was incorrect. Every player is the same. So everybody that we touch is going to gain something that's going to help them along the way. To your question, I think they all respond, but it might take some a little bit longer than others. but they have all been very open to conversations with all the coaching staff. I think we sit in there and sometimes we go home and as coaches and managers, and I can assure you, Rob did it many times, we'd go home and you lose sleep because you're trying to figure out what it is you can do to help the next individual get out there and be able to perform a little better. So they're all open, they all listen, and like I said, they all kind of take it in, and some get it right away, some might take a little longer.
I think you might be pleasantly surprised with the results of Mr. Renteria in 2017. I'm looking forward to it. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. So as the players prepare for their close-ups and various promotional magazine shots and whatnot, we are here, of course, on Bulls Day, the media event. And who better to talk to than the youngster from Robbins, Illinois, who was probably playing basketball somewhere around that Maxwell Polish at 135th and Pulaski. That's what I think of every time I go through that intersection. One of these days I got to ask him exactly where he grew up, but I do ask him about his first thoughts about becoming a Bull. That's part of this Dwayne Wade interview.
And that's what my focus is on. My focus is on this city, and what am I capable of doing to help, help our youth in this city in a bigger way. So that's where my focus is. But I think what he's doing is great because it's what he wants to do, it's what he believes in, and he's using his voice, for that cause.
Dwayne, obviously some very unfortunate news about Chris Bosh. Wondering if you've had a chance to speak with him and just your overall thoughts on his future and what's going on with him.
Yeah, man. Chris is one of my best friends. So I talk to Chris all the time. And this news, about basketball was unfortunate. And it was not nothing that he wanted to hear, I'm sure, and nothing I wanted to hear for him. And no one that loves Chris or around him. This is it's another bump in the road in life, that from a basketball standpoint, Chris Bosh will figure out, what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. But as his friend, I'm happy for him that, his quality of life and his everyday is good. And that's not a concern. I see him all the time as a father. I'll be around him when he's around his kids. I see him as a husband all the time. And that's what I cheer about. That's what I'm happy about, that he continues to do that. But this is, of course, tough, on him. But off the court to me is what's more important right now. Basketball, Chris will take care of that and make his decision on what he wants to do from that standpoint. But I'm happy for him that his quality of life hasn't changed.
Dwayne, to the Chris Bosh point, obviously, you know, his health is, you know, an issue or whatever, but he still wants to compete. Can you speak to that? You know, just being faced with, you know, something like you had your knee injury, you know, you still want to compete, but your body doesn't let you. Like, how do you mentally adjust to that?
Well, you know, when you love something, when you've been doing it your whole life, when you dream about it all the time, when that's the thing that has made you walk taller, that's the thing that, you know, has put your family in a position that is in to live a great life. When that's the thing that you're one of the best in the world at, I mean, that thought of playing basketball is not going to go away anytime soon, if ever. You know, just because a player retired doesn't mean he doesn't think about playing basketball again. So, you know, like I said, I've had many conversations with Chris. And, you know, my focus with him has been, hey, man, you focus on your health, you focus on your family, you focus on your loved ones, and, you know, everything else will take care of itself. So I think for Chris, man, you know, just talking to him, this is a bump in the road for him in life. He's 31 years old. He has a long life to live. And, you know, hopefully one day he's able to get back on a basketball court. I mean, in a perfect world. But if not, for me, I'm just happy that, you know, we able to be friends and enjoy life, you know, as friends and see him being healthy in that way, you know. So, but it hurts me to hear the news, obviously. You know, I was looking forward to him being back on the court just like I was last season. I was looking forward to playing against him on November 10th. But, you know, that's not happening. But I look forward to, when this press conference is over, seeing a text from him and communicating with him and talking to him.
Dwayne, what kind of team defensively can this be? What do you think you guys can do to really get you guys in transition and kind of do the things Fred they weren't able to do last year?
Well, you know, I think a lot of people always talk about the offensive side of the ball, right? You know, talk about, you know, a team when they have players, when they say ball-dominant players, they say they need to play together. They need to share the ball. It's the same thing on defense. You have to play together. You have to share the defensive excitements. You know, this is not a one-on-one sport. This is a team sport. So, you know, our goal going into training camp is to get on one accord defensively. You know, it's all about helping each other out. You know, you pull triggers to help your guys out. We protect each other. And if we have that same mindset, and it's not a individual mindset, it's not a, well, my man is not going to score mindset, we'll be a better team just from that. And then as time goes, as you start to learn, you know, how to play the defense better that coaches put out there, you become even better. So, I mean, being a good defensive team is being a good rebounding team. You know, so we have to take care of that side. When the ball goes, we got guys who can rebound the basketball at their positions that has done a good job of it. So we want to make sure that that's a focal point as well. That's it. Thank you.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and their fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the Sock Live Minkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. So the Bears battle the Packers. Green Bay hits the field goal, and they lead 3-0 after the first quarter. So a lot going on here in October. We got Bears, Packers, we got Cubs, Dodgers, and trivia all at once at the Amazing Sock. Tell us your name and what you're enjoying about the place.
My name's Robert Coleman, and I grew up around here. I love coming into the Sock, and I'm just up here to watch the Bears beat the Packers.
That's the spirit. What have you liked in the first quarter?
I mean, so far they've held them on the fourth down and only to 3 points. Green Bay's offense has been struggling regardless throughout the season, so I'd like to just see them keep up with what they're doing and maybe score some points on offense. And
yeah, you got to score to win. What do you think of your favorite new quarterback?
Brian Hoyer, I think he's way better than Jay Cutler. I'm a Jay Cutler hater. I completely dislike Jay Cutler. I would much rather see any player play in that position other than him. He's not a leader. I'm not a big fan of his at all.
Still got to score points.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think quarterback's a position we need regardless. But Brian Hoyer's done a way better job. Obviously, they're not putting points on the board, but I mean, our only real threat is Alshon Jeffrey. I've liked what I've seen in the rookie Jordan Howard, but only time will tell as that continues. He's looked really good, powerful, doesn't go down after first contact, so.
Yeah, you're right. Time will tell. Good point. All right, get your Cub fan on the line here. So, hello there. Tell us your name and what you're liking about the place.
I'm Carrie. I'm liking the atmosphere and the people. Got my friend here, Andrea.
Andrea, are you a Cub fan too?
Huge Cubs fan, yes. Yeah.
And how long have you had your W shirt?
Actually, it just came in the mail yesterday from Amazon, so it was really good timing because I needed new stuff for the playoffs. So, yay! Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Cub by any chance?
I like the one that I'm wearing.
Who is it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the women gravitate toward Bryant. Is Rizzo okay too?
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit more about your Sock experiences. I'm going to go this way. Tell us the food you like.
Actually, I just threw a birthday party hit for him here 2 weeks ago. So we live across the street. It's our favorite bar. Favorite food is probably they have really good wings and really good pizza. Yeah.
Well, there's a giant advertisement. There's a myriad of places to go on this street, and they keep coming back here. So I think we'll talk to the other Peyton after the second quarter. In the second, the shaky kicker Barth makes one, but Green Bay does too. 6-3 pack at the half. So the Bears are behind, but it's manageable. If you asked many Bears fans, would you mind being behind by a field goal at the half, they'd say, we'll take it. But then, I don't know if it's a worry, but tell us your name and then what you think of the quarterback situation.
All right, my name is Adam. I'm happy that Jay Cutler's out. Give it that. You know what? It's like we definitely need a new quarterback. That's for sure. Absolutely. You know what? Hoyer out. But you know what? Barkley, I think we got something going on here. We got something going on. That's for sure.
Well, it could happen. Well, maybe the bigger story is the defense. They seem to be managing things. I was just complaining to my cameraman about the lack of pass rush. Then they knocked out a sack.
You know what? It's like I have high hopes for them. Defense is actually one that's actually stepping up and doing something for us. Offense, we need to score more touchdowns. That's absolutely sure. We need to get more points on the board. That's what wins us games. You know what? 1-5. I think we at least win another 7 games this season. Absolutely.
Wow, that's very optimistic. Now,
I have high hopes.
That's cool. It's cool. I don't want to dash them. Let's talk about the Sock. What do you like about the Sock?
You know what? I've been going here for so many years. This is like the go-to bar. It's like you don't have like the huge crowds with a bunch of like degenerate kids around here. It's like it's almost like family. Yeah. So I kind of like about this place. You go here, it's the same regulars. They're here from time to time. You know what? It's like met her. We live across the street. Walk across, eat to go to.
And a pretty nice spread at halftime, huh?
There you go. Free food. You can't go wrong with that. You know?
Can't.
That's it.
Can't go wrong with free.
That's it.
They'll be looking for free points in the trivia game, but I'm kind of skipping those today. But you're playing okay. Just keep doing what you're doing.
That's right. That's right. Just keep doing what you're doing.
So we're talking to more fans at halftime of the Bears. They're only a field goal behind against Green Bay. Tell us your name and what you think of the game.
Tom Hogan. I'm a little concerned with the quarterback situation. That's not looking very good.
I thought Hoyer was gonna carry us into next year, and we were gonna finally be rid of Cutler. But I bet he plays next week. I bet you'll see Cutler next week because it looks like Hoyer broke his arm.
The quick heel up, right? So maybe they can just run the ball down the Packers' throats in the second half. What do you think?
Well, you know, they're only down by 3. Howard's already got 50 yards. He's looking good. It could happen. You know, I'll hold my hopes up. They're only down by a field goal. They've held Aaron Rodgers. He's done nothing. They've done nothing today.
No, I know.
So.
I know. Should we talk to another sports fan here?
I'm interested in the wings.
Yeah, tell us your name and give us some of your menu choices.
Heather Hogan. The wings are great here. Also, the loaded nachos, which are really great too.
You're like a food critic.
Yeah. I like my food.
That's good. So you enjoy all your times here.
Yes. They have very good apple pie shots as well too. I like the shot.
One of the best managers in town too. Deanna, she's the best.
Wow, that's high praise. And they're playing trivia as well. So they're triple tasking here. They're watching some baseball. They're watching some football. Well, actually quadruple. Eating or sequential. They're drinking and playing trivia.
I do it all.
It's a very versatile team right here, the Hogans. You've got to get to Jack's. 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Trivia every Tuesday at 7 p.m. A very intense competitive game. Any of half a dozen teams can win. My game show at Oliver's gets better and better. At 6100 West 159th Street in Oak Forest. Live trivia alternate Thursdays at 7 p.m. Have great food, great drink, and great trivia at Oliver's. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. The last good Bears thing was this Floyd the Barber putting a haircut on Aaron Rodgers and then scoring a touchdown. But it was all Pack after that. It was 20-10 Green Bay. But this man wanted to talk about the baseball series, the Dodgers and the Cubs.
Of course, the Dodgers.
Tell everyone your name and what you've been enjoying this night.
My name is John Braga. I'm from Tennessee, visiting friends, and I'm just enjoying the game, the atmosphere.
Wendy Golick was the captain of the winning trivia team. She says,
my secondary best topic, birth years, I nailed this time. And that's my most dreaded topic, but this time it was birth years. All I have to do is guess the age, and then everybody else on my team does the math.
Thanks for watching. See you next week. This week's show has been brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.